And welcome back. Have you ever felt like you have food or a pill stuck in your throat? Well, you're not alone. This is called dysphagia. And here to tell us a bit more about it is Nurse Christina Ferris. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Yeah, hi.
It is good to see you bright and early.
That's
and,
right.
you know, this one I am curious about because I know my dad will be paying attention. So what is dysphagia?
Yeah, so it's basically just difficulty swallowing. And so there's different mechanisms involved. You know, when we eat food, it goes in our mouth, and then our trachea, which is our windpipe, it lies right alongside the esophagus. So there's a little flap that covers the trachea, which is our windpipe, so the food will go down the esophagus and into our stomach. So pretty complicated. Like, we don't have to think about it. It just happens, which is amazing. So when we're talking about dysphagia or difficulty swallowing, it can be anywhere in that system. So anywhere in that mechanism can be involved. So either the oral, which is the mouth, or the oral pharyngeal, which is the back of the throat down into the esophagus, or somewhere in the esophagus, you can have different spots that will be affected.
Interesting. So what are some of the symptoms that people might notice if they have this?
Yeah, so the biggest one is coughing, or just feeling, like you said, like you've got something stuck. You could have pain or discomfort. You could even feel like you're choking on things, like something really gets stuck in there. Regurgitation, so food or bile will come up. That can go all the way up into your sinuses, like it can go that far. And that would be the nasal regurgitation. You can have a persistent sore throat. Maybe your voice gets hoarse just from all the irritation affecting those vocal cords. Shortness of breath even, and some chest discomfort if it's lower in the esophagus near your stomach. And then just trouble, getting food down where it should be.
Okay. So are there some different reasons or causes that people might be experiencing this dysphagia?
Yeah, absolutely. So, it depends, again, on exactly where it is. So you can have motility problems. So that's just a problem with getting stuff down, the muscles working like they should. And then you can have achalasia, which is loss of function. Well, that's the muscles. Distal, you can have spasms, so muscle contractions. Unusually strong contractions, that's that jackhammer, so it's just really pushing. Structural abnormalities, so like a stenosis or a stricture, so that's a narrowing of that esophagus. You can have diverticulum, or you'll hear people having diverticulitis. That's just an infection, but a diverticulum is a little pocket or a pouch in the lining. Food can kind of get stuck in that. That's a really common one. The strictures and the diverticuli are popular, I shouldn't say popular, common. Esophageal cancer, that's kind of some of the worst case. And then neurological problems, so people who have had strokes or have ALS, myasthenia gravis, Parkinson's, things like that. So they can have issues too. And then allergies. Allergies usually affect the infants and children. So people, if they have a peanut allergy, their throat will close up. So it causes, and that can cause dysphagia.
So people with this, is there anything that they can do? Like, is there procedures or the doctors can recommend?
Yeah, absolutely. So first, if you notice this, you're having any of these symptoms, you're eating food and then starting to choke, or you're feeling like, you have a pill or something stuck in your throat, you want to go see your doctor. They'll usually start with a swallow study. So what they do is they have you drink barium, then they'll have you eat. And while you're eating, they give you like a cracker and liquids, because they want to see, is there something, one type of food over the other that is affecting the swallowing. And so then they'll take pictures so they can see how you swallow and where things get stuck or how things go down. And then, based on that, they'll they'll advise you on how to fix it. So if you have the strictures, which is the tightening or closing, they can go in with a balloon, a procedure, and they'll open it up. They can also do like upper GIs and do stuff that way too. And then there's swallowing therapy. You might go through some type of therapy with a speech and swallow.
And you said that one of the more common things is when things get stuck in pockets in the throat.
Right.
How would they go about maybe getting rid of those?
So you can have surgical procedures. They might just adjust your dietary intake. It just depends on the severity of it. Some people will take like medications for acid reflux to avoid that irritation, which can make it feel like it's closing down. And then there's Botox. Sometimes they'll do Botox injections to just relax the muscles so that it's not fighting against the food and lets it go down. And then some people are put on thickened liquids. So if you're swallowing and the liquid is maybe going into your lungs, so maybe that epiglottis isn't working like it should, then you know that's dangerous because you're basically drowning yourself.
Yeah.
So then they'll have you do thick liquids, so it's not just going into the lungs.
Gotcha.
And that cough reflex is really what is a good indicator of something getting into the lungs. So a problem there.
Well, thank you so much. That's there's a lot to it. So,
There is.
But it's good because, some people might be having it around and about. I know someone with it as well. So it's, it was exactly what you were talking about. Something getting stuck. They're just like, oh man, it's just not going down. But yeah, there are things you can do. So thanks for coming on in and chatting about it this morning. And hopefully some folks at home were appreciative as well.
And go see your doctor.
Yes,
if you're having
the
any
doctor knows the
symptoms.
best.
Yeah.
Please ask them. But we'll be right back with your daily dose of what's trending.